Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, we're live!
And given the delay, that's probably actually where it started, where you said that.
Oh, really?
Probably. Probably. Tell me when you're up so you can choose a suit.
God, you
Yeah,
just so...
I don't actually have anything in my mind to discuss, so I've just got to be doing some Riddler trophies, and you can give us the old therapy discussion and some Batman stuff and Arrow stuff, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because other than I'm seeing Guardians this weekend, that's it really. I don't.
Cool.
Wait, we did Last of Us early actually, but before
Yeah.
stream, so actually you won't have any new therapy because
Mm.
unless you've had any revised thoughts.
Uh,
By the way, you
revised
have. I think I possibly asked you this last time, but you have Spotify, don't you? Just like Spotify free.
uh, uh, no, unless I do. I don't think I've ever gone on Spotify in my life, admittedly.
Fair enough. Well, or do you have like anything? Do you listen to podcasts on anything else?
No, I'm
Oh,
not a
okay.
big podcast guy generally.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I mean, neither was I until I kind of, you know,
you
realized that
got
I was going.
gatewayed into it.
Not really. I just found The Last of Us things like the official. They're actually included in the bonus of the games.
Ah,
These
well,
just
like live
like
commentary kind of thing.
no, that's I mean that is an option actually. There is like a live commentary while you play the game that you can turn on. But no, it's like these. It's really good. They're really well edited. But there's just these basically, yeah, well, podcasts, I guess, where this guy sits down with Neil Druckmann, the actors, some of the game designers, and basically goes through the first game, in pieces,
Hmm.
in the sections, like, first, so it's like Summer Part 1 is the first episode, then Summer Part 2, and then they do Left Behind and Winter, and then they do Spring
Hmm.
in like separate episodes, and they just go so in depth, and it's just really good. Um, and so I thought, yeah, and you might enjoy it after you finish part two. You might enjoy
Good point.
the reflection, because quite a lot
Nice.
of moments from that podcast made me tear up. So but that's just
Nice.
my kind of my constant reaction to The Last of Us at this point is just gut wrenching pain.
Yeah, you hear guitar strings by themselves.
Yeah,
It'll
I
just
hear
it
that
just gets me.
that menu before you see the window. That always fucking gets me. Are you seeing what I'm playing
Yeah,
yet?
I'm seeing you're yeah, I'm seeing you're going over lots of different skins
Okay,
and
so last time we played with the Justice League 3000 skin, so it's going to be something from this row.
okay. Gotcha.
Original Arkham, Batman v Superman, Batman Beyond, Dark Knight Returns. Also,
You
the
know
thing
what?
started working again.
The thing.
I could turn it black and white. I don't know why, it just hasn't been working. I've been pressing it every time we go
Oh
to back to
wow.
this. And on the on these guys, on these things, if you do that, it if you do it on these, they transform. On the Batmobiles, they transform
Huh. Like into the tank mode or
into the
something.
tank mode. Yeah, I don't know what happens if I do it on one of these suits. Do they? I thought if you did it on anything other, any of the normal Batmobiles, they'd like the afterburner would come on, but obviously not.
Hmm.
Aha! Yeah, the Batpod opens up and you get to see the suit.
Give us original Arkham suit.
Ah, classic nostalgia.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Oh yeah, we're gonna get Riddler panicking in this episode.
Oh yes, yes, I remember you saying that now.
Yeah, keep one headphone
Rattler
in.
ruins. Raddler ruins my day.
Yep, there you go. We discovered you were in fact the Riddler all along. You've been ruining my life. Oh yeah, here's a question. What are we going to do next?
That is a good question.
Because we've got, well, there's like all the little DLC mini stories which I'll show you first before we actually move on from Arkham Knight.
Hmm.
But after that, I was thinking about Gotham Knights, but I think I'd actually rather wait
Hmm.
however many years before you get a PS5 for £10 off the fucking black market or something. To play that with you, so you actually get to experience the story with me rather than
Rather than through you.
yeah. Well, I mean, also rather than just like not being able to hear it because obviously we'll be talking over it.
That's true.
You know,
Um,
and it will be a bit more of a kind of, you know, it'll be nice to play that through with a buddy. So,
yeah.
bully
There's one
Bradley
thing
into
I was.
buying a PS5, round
There
two.
was. There was one thing I was thinking would be rather amusing. I don't know how. I don't know if it'd take particularly long,
Mm.
but Spider-Man on PS1.
Is that gettable?
Oh, I have it. Did you mean like you stream or can I
I,
stream as well? Because
I,
if I can stream as well, I think that'd be a
yeah. I
laugh.
mean, you're allowed to do whatever you want, Bradley.
Okay, cool.
Hey, wait, can you stream PS1?
Yeah, yeah.
How?
I've got a capture card.
Oh, fuck. How would we stream the audio?
Oh, how would we stream the audio? Never
Unless
mind.
you could. Well, hang on. Can you? You have Discord, don't you?
Yeah, does Discord? Well, I mean, we'd have to check it and stuff, but you know, it
You could just.
probably
I
wouldn't be
think
a
you could
disaster.
possibly just like screen or share Discord,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah,
It's doable.
yeah. That's doable.
Yeah, if you want to do Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, because it was. I think
How easy do you find Spider-Man 1? Because that's what we found when we've chosen games that are actually like, you know, difficult. We just don't fucking talk.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be very easy because I used to play the. I used to play. I used to play it so many times as a kid. I don't know why I was so obsessed with it, but
I
it was
mean,
more or less my.
I was obsessed with my Ultimate Spider-Man on the PS2. That was my kind of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I probably won't. You see, it actually had for difficulty settings, it has easy, normal, and hard as usual. But then above easy, there's kid mode, and I used to play on kid mode because, well,
You're
not
a
because
kid.
not because it was too hard, but because the controls, I much preferred the kid mode controls. It was like because in the normal controls, it's like X to jump and then like R1 or something to start web swinging. But on kid mode, you just press X in the air and do a web swing. I thought that makes so much more sense. Why would I use not kid mode?
Oh, hey, this is where the block scene is at the end, where you confront Scarecrow and
Oh
Barbara
really?
gets wheeled out from round here.
Oh,
Um,
I've got to put my headphone in.
I can. Oh, I mean, you won't be able to see anything. I mean, you won't be able to hear anything. I just mean this is the place. Oh yeah, no, but stick a headphone in just so I can tell you quickly to unmute so you can hear Riddler panicking.
Yeah, I just muted it just then because I got some weird double feedback of you,
Yes.
and it was very disorientating.
Yeah, but I'll go silent when he starts talking. So
Yeah, but that yeah, I don't think I'll struggle with it. It was basically unless it was the TV show that was first, because it's either Spider-Man PS1 or the TV show that was my first exposure to Spider-Man and superheroes in general. Basically,
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, do 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 do.
and it's just one of those games with loads of content and weird stuff like that. There's this password entry screen on the film for like unlocking cheats and stuff, and if you input a password that doesn't really do anything, it just doesn't do anything. If you input some profanity, then Spider-Man comes up and punches the word away instead.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and so many costumes and outfits that I didn't get the references to, and I just put on ones that I liked the most.
You will now. Hey, Bradley, it's your favourite.
Oh, hacking device of memory game. Yep, that one. Okay. R for Robin. Okay, that was there. Oh, maybe not R for Robin, because that was Robin's face.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, if you screw up too many, does it?
No, I don't think so. This is a kid's game, after all. I love how many times I get lucky on this, man. Jesus. I think this is the best I've ever done it. Woo!
I would bore you with the details of the probabilities, but I don't think I understand them myself entirely.
I don't think when Riddler's involved, you just don't want to think about probabilities.
That's a good idea, actually. That's a great idea. But if I may be so bold as to jump into what movie I watched this weekend.
Oh yes, hit me with that. Well, I guess trauma, probably.
I watched something that I've been wanting to for a very long time. It's an old classic called Lawrence of Arabia.
Bloody hell! You haven't seen Die Hard yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
You need to watch. I guess you need to actually probably wait for that for Christmas to watch that.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. What are you talking about? I can't watch a Christmas movie in the middle of summer. That'd be weird.
I mean, you can. I mean, you just can. But it's good to re-watch it at Christmas. Die Hard is a film that you can watch at any time, but it is also a Christmas film, so you should always watch it at Christmas.
Yeah,
I swear I got most of these, but I must have died. And then
before I go into it, do you know anything about Lawrence of Arabia?
Not a fucking clue, mate.
Yeah, 'cause I just, for some reason, it was just one of those things that I heard of, and I looked up a little.
Oh, hey!
I really want to watch that, actually.
One quick question, because you made me think of it. Are you going to watch the new Doctor Who?
Oh yeah, totally.
Do you want to do an episode, like, a week by week
episode review?
Episode review, because the podcast that I used to listen to about Doctor Who, one of the people involved got fucking employed by Disney, and because Disney has the rights to show Doctor Who in every country other than the UK, he now can't fucking do that podcast anymore.
Oh, because like the MCA or something.
Some bullshit. I don't know. Just something about like. Just
something legal, something.
Yeah, like.
I'll talk about it.
It just sounds like he's not even working on it. He's just employed by Disney. It's really weird.
It's Disney, isn't it?
I've seen
Disney.
Yeah, I've seen two people, like, who I follow, artists and whatnot, who have then gotten a job at Disney, and like then you find out the weird shit they can't do because of like conflict.
Mm-hmm.
So like this person had this comic they were making for years. They got a job on the animated Spider-Man show for the MCU, and then suddenly they weren't allowed to do their fantasy thing because it was too similar to other Disney projects.
God.
They weren't working on any fantasy projects, they were working on Spider-Man.
That is just... God, every time you learn something new about Disney and how they like function as a company, it makes me hate Disney.
It makes less sense.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when the laser comes back on after you get the Riddler trophy, just to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah,
Um,
but so Lawrence of Arabia is like a well, for one thing, it's really long.
is it longer than Titanic?
How long's Titanic?
3 hours. And it is
It's longer than
perfectly.
Titanic.
It used to be split over 2 VHSs.
Hmm. One and a
And
half
but
hours each.
the best thing is that you can actually pretty much down to the minute split it into the hour of like flirting, the hour of oh shit, what the fuck have we done wrong here, and more flirting and sex stuff, and then the third hour is just everyone fucking dies.
That's delightful.
But it's literally just it is split like that.
That is
It's
weird.
set up and
Do you think they did it on
flirting
purpose?
and sex, and oh shit, something's gone wrong, and then death.
Yeah, but at 3 hours and
Wait, how?
3.5 hours, it
What is the
does
best way to do this?
subsequently surpass Titanic. But it's not like the longest movie ever either. But it does feel like you do start to feel it after a while if you watch it in one go. Curiously enough, the version I saw, which was on Netflix, by the way, it called itself the Restored Edition, started with 5 minutes of orchestra, and was followed up, and halfway through, like, between acts 2 and 3-ish, kind of, there was somewhere between the halfway and the 2/3 point of the film, there was literally an intermission, where it popped up intermission on screen, and just played more orchestra for about 5 minutes. Which I can only assume is a product of its time. Being of this generation, i.e. incapable of waiting any time whatsoever, I chose to skip the orchestra segments and go straight to the film.
Bradley.
I didn't really experience it in its truest fashion, and clearly I need to rewatch Lawrence of Arabia.
Clearly.
Something I would happily do.
Oh, thank fuck. God, that was awful.
It's a dramatized version of a true story of T.E. Lawrence, who was a soldier in World War One, and he was sent to Arabia to do some stuff. And yeah, 1, it's a really long film. 2, it's a really complex film. 3, it gets a bit much at some points as regards the violence, and well, not as regards the violence, but more the fallout of the violence and what it's doing to the guy and how he knows what it's doing to him, and yet he kind of partially has to keep on going with it because of the war, and partially he's starting to like this kind of violence, and it's but it tackled a lot of stuff, but it also it was also a fair it was also full of products of its time, like for instance, there were literally no female speaking roles in the movie. It's apparently the longest. It's apparently the longest film with no female speaking roles in it.
You know how many? There's this great video that goes around every now and again on TikTok. It's probably on other stuff as well, but it's like how many lines in the entire Lord of the Rings series where 2 women talk to each other. Or it's like the entire trilogy, but only the bits where 2 women talk to each other, and it's just one line, and then it does the credits.
Oh, there's another variation on that, which I didn't notice until I watched it, and it blew my mind. And it's just Lord of the Rings, but only when Legolas speaks to Frodo. And he just comes in and says, "And you have my bow," and that's it. That's it. I can't believe it.
Well, he doesn't have to do much talking. It's all about the bow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to think that he speaks to so many other characters so often, and yet doesn't. That's the only thing he ever says to Frodo. So weird. Oh yeah, yeah. I also looked up some stuff after watching it. Found out just how troubled the production was.
Oh Christ!
Like,
you love it when there's a Wikipedia thing that just says "trouble of production."
Yeah. Actually, I might be able to get it up really quick and read it out.
Oh Jesus!
It was quite interesting.
How many people died? How many people were assaulted?
I mean, well, maybe not died, but wow.
Like assaulted as in like got beat up by a cast member.
I don't think they ever beat each other up, but oh my goodness, the stuff that happens to Lawrence's actor Peter O'Toole. Let's see if I can find it really quickly.
Ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da. Batman, where the fuck are you going? Ah, Jesus. Oh, of course I find the fucking... I find it now.
Yeah, here it is. Here it is, the thing that happened to O'Toole. In the real Battle of Aqaba, Lawrence was very nearly killed when his camel threw him after he accidentally shot it in the head. In a remarkable coincidence, Peter O'Toole was nearly killed himself when a gun or rocket was used to signal action in the first take, and it went off prematurely, and O'Toole was thrown by his panicked camel in front of the charging horses. Fortunately for O'Toole, the camel, trained for such situations, stood over him and saved him from being trampled. Like, how lucky is that? You know what I mean? Oh, and then here, Peter O'Toole was often injured. He received third-degree burns, sprained both ankles, tore ligaments in both his hip and his thigh, broke his thumb, dislocated his spine, fractured his skull, was bitten by a camel, sprained his neck, tore a groin muscle, and was concussed twice. He also seriously injured his hand during filming by punching through the window of a caravan while drunk. A brace or bandage can be seen on his left thumb during the first train attack scene, presumably due to this incident. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's a great start for the actor.
That's quite a fucking list.
And then here's the bit about the troubled productions, as it were. And apologies in advance for anything I mispronounce, but first, it's worth noting that the filmmakers have been trying to make a Lawrence movie since the mid-20s, and for reference's sake, it was released in the year 1962. Two of the better-known examples were Alexander Corbett epic in the 30s with Laurence Olivier as Lawrence, a 50s rank organisation picture starring Dirk Bogarde. Both films fell apart due to political pressure, the former because of fear of alienating Turkey in the run-up to World War II, the latter because of a coup d'etat in Iraq, where the film was set to shoot. Lean and Spiegel narrowly beat a competing project, an adaptation of Terence Rattigan's play
Are you
Lost.
serious?
Michael Wilson worked on the screenplay for over a year, and then was summarily dismissed by Lean for unsatisfactory work. Unfortunately, the cast and crew were already in Jordan and waited for weeks before a new writer was hired. Robert Bolt's tenure as screenwriter got off to a rocky start when he was arrested for taking part in a CND demonstration in London, forcing Sam Spiegel to bail him out of jail. Bolt then showed his gratitude by granting a press interview where he slammed Spiegel and Lean as egomaniacs. Eventually, Spiegel invited Bolt to live on his private yacht in Aqaba, mostly to keep an eye on him. Logistics filming in Jordan were a nightmare. For a start, gaining rights to film there required intense negotiation. Spiegel brought in Anthony Nutting, a former British Foreign Office official, to secure King Hussein's approval. The crew commandeered tanker trucks full of fresh water from Aqaba and airlifted frozen food to the location every day. David Lean and the crew had to meticulously sweep the desert sands free of footprints and tyre tracks between takes. Outbreaks of illnesses laid many crew members low. Peter O'Toole's on-set drinking caused tension with the Arab extras. The Jordanian government initially cooperated with the production but proved leery about filming in cities like Aqaba and Man. Spiegel and Lean's already testy relationship soon reached the breaking point. Spiegel rarely visited the set, but constantly complained long distance about Lean's wasting money in allegedly poor footage. On one visit, he showed up with William Wyler in tow, threatening to replace Lean if he didn't work faster. Lean eventually got back at Spiegel by sneaking into the dailies, a shot of him flipping Spiegel off in 70mm. Unsurprisingly, Lawrence marked their last collaboration. Eventually, shooting in Jordan got so expensive that the production had to move to Spain. More difficulties arose. Production manager John Box had to build the Aqaba set from scratch. The crew had difficulty finding camels and camel riders. O'Toole nearly died filming a battle scene where he fell off his camel and injured himself on another occasion. Edmund O'Brien, playing Bentley, had an on-set heart attack, and Arthur Kennedy was flown directly from New York to replace him. Flash floods in Almeria delayed filming. Lean and his actors grew increasingly tense. Lean once exploded at Jack Hawkins for trying to lighten the mood on set. Finally, Lean couldn't find suitable locations for the climactic battle, and there was a final move to Morocco. The crew took up residence in an old Foreign Legion encampment in Ouarzazate, with no air conditioning in 40-plus degree temperatures. That's Celsius, by the way. Lean argued with his second unit directors on how to film the battle following one. More diseases broke out among crew members. Procuring camels again proved a problem. The main difficulty, however, came with the extras. Soldiers from the Moroccan army were employed without pay, which they understandably resented. During off hours, they actually took potshots at cast and crew, Lean included. Others deserted between takes and never came back. Having survived an arduous production, the film encountered several PR disasters up to its release. Professor A.W. Lawrence, the title character's brother, threatened to sue the filmmakers, then tried to discredit the movie through interviews and editorials. An ugly scandal arose when Spiegel refused to credit Michael Wilson. A Writers Guild arbitration found in Wilson's favour, but Robert Bolt still received sole credit. Peter O'Toole attended press interviews drunk, drawing more bad attention. Finally, Lawrence received its American premiere during a newspaper strike in New York, and the few critics who saw it gave it overwhelmingly negative reviews. For all that, Lawrence became a smash hit and eventually an all-time classic, but it overcame a lot getting there. So yeah, pretty bad production.
That sounds like a fever dream someone had, and they just decided to write it out, and then... Fuck.
It really does. And like, the quality of the movie is surprising despite that.
It'd be funny if you'd said surprisingly bad considering all the shit that they put into it.
Yeah.
Is that Destructible really behind me, or is it up there somewhere?
Destructibles. Got so many wires.
So many wires?
Yeah, because I don't like wireless headphones, so I've got 2 pairs of wired headphones.
Oh, right. I see.
Hey, I mean, maybe it's just...
I'll see you in the ICU! Oh!
Oh! Maybe I just need to get with the times, but I don't know, there's something about wireless headphones I just don't like. I just feel like I'm the type that will lose them easily.
I think you're a very careful person. I'd be amazed if you actually managed to lose headphones.
I used to lose stuff all the time when I was a lot younger.
Yeah, but then you learn.
Coats especially. Yeah, that's true. That's
coats?
True. Yeah, I used to... I left so many coats behind in various places.
How?
Yeah, that's
They're
the
so
question I ask
big.
myself sometimes.
Okay, that's impressive. I may have misjudged you. I may have judged you too fairly, as Thanos would say.
Perhaps you haven't judged me harshly enough.
Yes, perhaps. Perhaps.
God, remember when that meme, you know, the one where it's like, evil character is
Have
like...
you seen Kingsman?
Oh God, no, I haven't yet, but that's on my list.
Could I say, wait, you haven't got signal back yet, have you?
No, not yet. And for that matter, I won't be until I get a new phone because I went onto the website and it said, and I was like, okay, time to download it. And it says download and log in using your Signal app. I'm like, oh.
This
There's
isn't
no
a spoiler,
Signal
it's
app.
just like, it's such a minor thing, but it is really funny. I'll send it to you on PlayStation. Okay, your laugh is slightly creeping me out. What happened to your normal laugh?
I'm sorry, I laugh like that when something really tickles me, you know? He's a real dude! What the... You can't do that! I'm just like, you can't do that, you can't... Teases him like he's Thanos.
I like how you've given absolutely no context to what I've sent you.
Okay, here's the context then. They tweet a person with handle will at Mckianki.
At Makuli.
Yeah, at Makuli. Cool. Thinking once again about how the post-credit scene for the Kingsman teases it like he's Thanos. And then it's got a picture of Hitler at the end of the movie. Presumably.
Oh yes. Ow.
I'm taking that off my screen before I spend the whole stream laughing.
Just giggling at that, yeah. I was expecting you to enjoy that. I was expecting to create the Joker. Fucking dropped you into a vat, Ace Chemicals. Would have been easier.
That'll be the next I'll be the next backstory.
That'll be the next Baxter Stockman. Hey, Arkham Knight HQ is gone. It's not gone. It's
gone.
It's been defeated. Wait, okay, put your headphones in, and I'm going to mute.
Oh wait, it is actually in already.
Correction, I'm going to quickly change my settings on audio.
Oh, okay. I'll just leave that off for the sec then, so I don't get the double.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Da-ba-da. Okay. Now let's try that.
Patient note. Gordon, Barbara, session 1. Wake up, Miss Gordon. Wake up. Inject her. Another dose.
I'm awake, you bastard.
Good. Who is Batman?
Ask him when he gets here.
Thank you, Miss Gordon. I was afraid that my preferred interrogation method would not be necessary. Do you know why I wear these syringes on my hands?
Because you're insane?
I usually disperse my toxin as an aerosol. It's efficient, but not pure. Now, the terror I can elicit with a concentrated dose administered directly into the bloodstream, that is beautiful to witness. The long-term damage is more severe, of course.
Are you done talking?
I am, but you have barely begun. You'll be incoherent when my toxin dissolves the wall between your conscious mind and your suppressed subconscious nightmares. But as those fears slowly recede, they'll take this pathetic defiance with them.
You're still talking.
Very well. Get the hell away from her! He's gone. Did he hurt you?
Spare me the good cop, bad cop routine.
No. See, you're supposed to keep me talking. Play for time. Wait for Batman. That's what he taught you, right?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Me? I talked for hours. Because I knew, right? Batman was on his way to save me. And the bastard just let me talk. Eventually I just ran out of things to say. So trust me, you can't count on Bruce to save you.
Bruce.
Yeah, Scarecrow doesn't know. It's our little secret. Now here's another. Batman likes to play the hero, Barbara, and he's pretty good at it. But it's an act. Batman's not about saving the innocent. No, he's about punishing the guilty. And don't get me wrong. He'll look for you, or he'll try. But when it comes down to it, when he has to make a choice between you and the mission, he'll choose the mission. Every time.
You're wrong.
Look me in the eye and say that.
Jason? Jason, this is wrong.
This is justice. He left me.
He lost you. And he mourned for you. Come home.
I can't go back. You don't know what Joker did, Barbara. He hollowed me out and filled me back up with hate and...
Jason, we can fix it.
I can fix it! I know now what to do. I take all this pain, all this blackness, and I put it all in a bullet, and I put it right between Bruce's eyes.
Joker's dead, Jason. You want revenge on the man who hurt you? You've got one shot. Come back to the manor. Let us help you. Don't let Joker win.
How's Alfred?
He misses you. We all do.
The cloudburst is charged, Knight. It's time. Someone put a gag on her. Anyone hurts her, they're a dead man.
What do you think of that?
Well,
The fact that they left that to fucking audio files that lots of people are probably going to miss because lots of people aren't going to be bothered to do the Riddler trophies.
huh.
And that's possibly some of the most interesting and effective storytelling in this game, and it's left to that.
That is a bit of a shame.
It's like the Arkham Knight doesn't really show any emotion until you reveal his face, and Barbara's just a fucking non-entity. And yet there's those great performances going on in a fucking audio file. In a menu.
You see, if it was on screen, they would have had to block it because they were so desperate that you don't find out.
But people didn't find out what they'd worked out 6 months prior.
I mean, for God's sake, what did they think they were doing? It's not like it isn't obvious.
People, they were, literally they could have just said, oh, we've created this new character, but, but it's a totally original character, and then just let people theorize, because some of the theories people came up with were actually really interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm fairly sure they did the whole Red Hood DLC just to be like, well, he can't be the Arkham Knight, he's over here.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Can't be
Jason Todd, because
he's busy.
He's busy in this model. We wouldn't make two models for Jason Todd.
Exactly.
Fragging reporters
But no, one of the ideas was that it was Quincy Sharp taking revenge, and it wasn't him. It was him like using like someone loyal to him, or it was like a robot controlled by Quincy Sharp. You know, he's that disgraced Arkham Asylum
that
warden.
guy, yes, that
and
guy.
then he becomes mayor of Gotham somehow after failing to do anything during Arkham Asylum. He somehow got the mayor's job and then let Professor Strange in to ruin everything even more. You know, he'd have kind of a reason to hate Batman, even if it wasn't, you know, a very good reason.
Yeah. Or it could be a robot being piloted by Joker's ghost.
That was a theory. That was definitely one of the theories.
I can't believe that was actually a theory. I was saying that like no one will have thought that was a thing. No, what am I saying? Of course people thought
Bradley,
that was
this is the internet. People will think anything.
That is true. That is true.
Tell me, did you watch any more animated movies this week?
Yes, we have now finished those 6 Batman movies.
I saw a clip from the Teen Titans. You should see. You know how you were wondering about how to pay me back. Please just watch the first Justice League movie and then the Teen Titans versus Justice League movie, because there's some moments in that are just fucking comedy gold.
In a good way, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Trying to be funny, not, you know, not.
They're funny and they're trying to be not. They're trying to be serious, but it's impossible to take seriously or something.
Yes.
Gotcha. That's good then. Justice League. Let me look at what that one's called.
I swear that used to be more complicated.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. It would be called Justice League.
I think it's called Justice League War.
Justice League War. Okay.
Not Apocalypse War. Stay away from that. Stay far away from Justice League Apocalypse Dark War. No, wait, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War.
Apocalypse War.
Never see that. Never watch that. You will.
But it claims to be the grand finale of the continuity.
It's awful.
Oh.
And it's also really just for no reason really grim.
So the ending's grim.
Oh yeah. So you know how have I ever told you about I think it's called Ultimatum? The Marvel Ultimate Universe, where they basically were like, oh, we're getting too similar to the main stuff. Let's swap it up a bit. Let's, you know, pretend we've drowned Peter Parker and the Wasp gets eaten by the Blob, and loads of people die horribly, and loads of people, like, New York gets drowned, and loads of shit just hits the fan in one go. It's a horrible book. It's fucking fascinating to read, but it is a horrible book. And DC said, hey, you know that thing? Let's do that, but worse.
No.
If you watch these 2 movies, I'll send you a video which is like 13 minutes of just a guy basically saying, so this is why you should never watch this film. You'll be sad. But you'll get the basic gist without having to actually experience it. Because I watched that video and I thought, it can't be that bad. And then I watched it. And it was that bad.
Simon Stagg.
Really reaching the bottom of the barrel of these riddles here, Riddler. I need Simon Stagg's voice and I get a Riddler trophy. Yeah, so I think the first one's called... Wait, hang on, I've got them here, I can literally get up and look. Yeah, the first one's called Justice League War.
The Flashpoint Paradox isn't one of them?
No. But, I mean, you could watch that if you want to. But the ones I'm talking about is Justice League War.
Justice League War.
and Teen Titans versus Justice League, or Justice League versus Teen Titans. It's one of those ways around.
Yeah. Robin
But-
versus Batman, Batman versus Robin. It's probably one of them.
Yeah. It's, I guess, who you think is more important, Justice League or Teen Titans?
Fair point.
I mean, considering this universe has been kind of focused on you know, there's a lot of focus on Damien, isn't there?
Yes, indeed.
Wait, where's the thing? But yeah, tell me about the movies you did see rather than the movies you need to see.
Yes.
Talk. This is where you'd normally talk, Bradley.
Okay, so I've seen-
Yes! And dead silence.
I'd say I was gathering my thoughts, but I was reading the
Synopsis to remember. Were you actually?
Well, maybe not the
That
synopsis.
doesn't
for
bode
but
well.
I was reading over the list of movies that were in the DC animated movie universe.
That's not going to help you.
Well, the timeline of it, and I was like, oh, so it goes this, and then it goes this, and then it goes. That's interesting. They're all differently named and stuff.
You're making some very interesting observations tonight, Bradley. Yes, movies are differently named.
Sorry, I should have phrased that better. There's like one for this character, and then there's the Justice League.
4
thing,
for
and
Batman,
4 for Batman for some reason.
because he's Batman,
Batman.
and DC has no faith in any other character.
Well, maybe they'd have to have faith in other characters if Batman stopped selling quite as much as he did.
Which he never will, because that's all they put the focus on. What the fuck am I doing?
But anyway, yeah, Batman, Bad Blood. So Batman, Bad Blood. Let's see, that is the... Yeah, so that starts with this fight against, as she referred to them, C-listers. Like there was this Mad Hatter looking guy, and there were some other blokes. And yeah, Batwoman comes in and starts shooting at them, and they're like, "Hey, hold on a second, Batman doesn't use guns." And she's like, "Yeah, Batman doesn't use guns," and keeps shooting them. And then Batman shows up and is like, "Why are you shooting them?" And she's like, "I don't have to follow your rules. I'm not even in your squad." And he's like, "Okay."
It's really wild to me that, yeah, like my first 2 times seeing Batwoman used was when, was in animated things where she shoots people with various weapons. It's, and then I read her famous book, and she has the no-kill rule.
Oh, right, okay.
In fact, she kind of goes on about it more than Bruce does.
Oh.
It's kind of more of like an inner conflict, while with Kate, it's more... She kind of is, you know, she could kill easily, but refuses to. While Bruce occasionally has to kind of... Kate kind of makes more of a thing about talking about it, I think, while Bruce, it's just so ingrained in him by this point that he's just like, yeah, it's normal that he doesn't kill. I guess that's the difference. But yeah, it's really weird that, yeah, the 2 times I've seen her adapted, because I haven't watched much of any of the CW Batwoman yet, or if ever, I don't know.
He's freaking out already.
Yep, sorry, I've been talking and I forgot to unmute. You can hear a little bit of it.
Oh yeah, I can.
And
Also, I see the subtitles there.
You see the subtitles of him going absolutely like, what the fuck? What does he say? Yeah, look at how many riddles you've got left, Batman. 8?
8? That can't be right.
When we fight, I will not go easy on you, but unleash the full force of my fury. Your chances of doom increase exponentially with each of the 7 remaining riddles you solve. And when I use exponentially, Detective, I use it correctly.
Muted for that bit. As I'm going to be getting through them pretty quickly, I'm just going to mute myself. You can talk to me and tell me about the film, and then you'll be able to hear him panicking. So I'll see you in about 8 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. So, bad blood. Yeah. So that's the. One sec, let me undo that. Wait. That defeats the point of it. I'm sure it'll be fine. So, yeah, this guy, who was it? There was a guy yeah, that was it. It was this guy called Heretic, but he isn't called Heretic yet because he hasn't name-dropped himself yet. So he shows up during this bust-up between Batman and Batwoman and all these other randos. And he drops some C4 all over he beats up Batman a bit, drops C4 all over the place, and then runs off. And Batman gets caught in the explosion trying to save Batwoman. You know, he shoves her out the window and she falls into the water, and then the whole building explodes because he had loads of C4 all over the place. Batman is, of course, presumed dead, which is awful for Gotham. And not so awful for its criminal underworld. But it actually is awful for the criminal underworld because Dick Grayson comes to Gotham and puts on the suit and is Batman for a bit. Like until in this movie, until Bruce actually comes back, Dick is wearing the Batman suit and being Batman basically. And I seem to remember you mentioning something about, you know, Dick Grayson as Batman, and Damian as Robin, and how it's kind of a role reversal with a dour Robin and a happy-go-lucky Batman. And yeah, it is. It was
I should get clear before
rather amusing to say the least.
That is very true. You are correct. Yes, I forgot that was coming up right after I mentioned that last week.
Yeah, but I like I like their dynamic. That was cool. We also get introduced to Luke Fox, who is the son of Lucius Fox.
And a very boring character, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, no offense to him, but in this movie, he's introduced, not given really much of an arc or a you know a raison d'etre other than I want to fight too. Like the stake wasn't really personal for him, and he didn't really have an end goal with his, you know, joining the Bat people and batting. So
I've never liked Luke in the comics. He's like, I mean, in the film he's meh. He's just there. In the comics, he seems really he shows up for a bit. Like, he's always like a side character. He was going out with Barbara for a while, and that was just weird. Like, I get he's kind of like a genius in some versions. He's a genius in some other versions. He's just like Lucius's kid who just kind of picks stuff up. I don't know. It's always, you know, it's changing because DC can't decide on their continuity. But yeah, no. he kind of just pops up, doesn't do much, and then or he'll show up as a side character in a series, and then suddenly become a main character, but before you can blink. I never, yeah, Luke's a bit meh, and then and a while ago, DC was doing this like, oh my god, who's the new Batman? And then it was like, and then they started to do all these like drop and these like image reveals, and it was a really fucking cool suit. And it was a black Batman, and it was like, okay, cool. And then they were like, oh, this isn't a new character. This is one of, an old character, and they might be from the Fox family. And I didn't know there was another Fox brother at this point. So I was like, oh, please not Luke, he's so boring. Also, he's in a technological batsuit. I don't think he can, I've never seen him do anything cool outside of the suit. And then they introduced possibly the coolest fucking character of recent years. Jace, or Tim. Because I can't remember what he goes by, because his family calls him One, and he basically left that name behind because he didn't like it. I think he goes by Tim. I think. But it turns out he's been around in the comics for fucking eons, but just never mentioned. He's like, he was created in like the 70s or 80s or something. A really, really fucking long time ago, and just has not appeared on a page until 2 years ago, and he's the new Batman, and he is fucking cool. So yeah, when I found out it was a Fox kid, I was like, please not Luke. And then, even though I didn't know there was another Fox kid, and then it turned out to be this guy, and he's so cool.
So, 5
Timothy
riddles left.
Jace
No
Fox.
doubt you left them
Yes.
because they were too hard. You probably thought you lacked the relevant gadget. But too bad, detective. You're just too dumb.
That will be. Then.
Any idea what he goes by? Does he go by Tim or Jace?
Tim changed his name to Jace and spent the remaining years of his exile. Okay, so his birth name is Tim, but he goes by Jace.
Ah, thank you. I can never remember which way around it is, and his books come out so irregularly. It's really difficult to remember.
Yeah, so Luke Fox. There's Luke Fox.
The not cool one.
Jace Fox.
The not cool one.
Fox. Yeah, and he shows up and he's like, look, Dad, I know that you work with Batman. Why won't you let me help?
And Lucius is like, what? No, no I don't.
No way! Damn, that me working with Batman, making his tech? No way! Nah, I totally don't do that. Yeah, but then the Legion of C-listers come in and start raising hell. But then
as they do.
Up. But then by Batman I mean Dick Grayson shows up and fights them. But like, Luke is there long enough to see all of the stuff that's in there and see that he was absolutely right about his dad working with Batman. So there's that. Also, Dick wants to find that woman and like say, hey,
enlist her to the team.
Enlist her to the team and also get her testimony on what actually happened when Bruce went missing. And it turns out she's Kate Kane, which is apparently someone he knows.
Well, I mean, technically she is his great aunt.
His what?
Great step aunt? She's
Really?
Bruce's cousin.
Oh.
And, Dick was adopted by Bruce, so...
yes, I see.
There's no word for, that, is there?
No, there isn't, I don't think. but he's so he's surprised about that. Also, her thing is that she wants to get revenge on. Is it someone she wanted to get revenge on, or just crime in general?
Probably crime on general.
I think there might have been a specific guy though, because she was asking her dad to find out some information about a person.
I think, wasn't she looking for the heretic though? Wasn't that?
That could have been it. Yeah, that easily could have been it.
I think.
So,
I mean, I know her sister was killed in a mugging in that version, I believe. In the comics, it's super fucking messed up what happens to her sister.
oh God, really?
So, obviously, Colonel Kane was a, soldier.
Hmm.
And as with most, kids of successful soldiers, the family just goes with him to wherever he's assigned.
Oh.
And so, one day, she get, her sister, her mother, and Kay all get kidnapped by some rebels or whoever it is that he's fighting.
2 left? 2? 2 riddles remaining? It's impossible. It's like I've been transported to some alternate where you are the genius and I am the idiot with an overinflated sense of his own abilities.
And they kill the mum, who was ex-military, so they interrogate her and kill her. And then when Kate comes to, it looks like they've killed Alice as well, her sister, or not. Beth, her sister's called Beth. But then she becomes Black Alice. Like an obsession with Alice in Wonderland. And yeah, basically, I don't know how, I think just trauma from that whole event, possibly. Who fucking knows? How the fuck? I can never remember how to get into this place. There's like a secret room here somewhere, and I can never remember how to get in. Anyway, sorry, I've interrupted you. Tell me more.
Yeah. So she's and they have a chat about, how she should join, and she doesn't want to join the cult, as she calls it. And Dick says something about, because she asks him what was it like to grow up with Batman, and he says it was surprisingly lonely. I thought that is quite an interesting thing to say, because I would, maybe it's common for everyone else who already understands this character, but I was surprised to hear him say that. I mean, yes and no, because like Bruce is Bruce, and it's like, well, yeah, he doesn't talk about his feelings much, does he? But also, it kind of implies a bit that he's got some, maybe some still underlying issues with Bruce, how he was raised. So I was quite expecting that to be delved into a little more. In the absence of subtext, I don't think it was, but just that line was still a surprising and interesting thing during that whole sequence there. Damien gets kidnapped by the baddies and Heretic, and then Heretic takes off his mask and reveals that he is a clone, but was like, his aging was accelerated so he'd be able to fight. but he doesn't have any memories, so he wants to take the memories of Damien. So he's got some memories, and then Talia shows up and says, "What are you doing, heretic? Trying to take his memories?" And then shoots him. And I was like, holy moly, she's gone full villain. And also, they've been whammying Bruce with an eye laser to make him relive all of the trauma and stuff, so that they can mind control him and stuff. Not the most pleasant thing to do to a person, but it's Batman. He doesn't often get pleasant things done to him.
I wanted to wait for this film to tell you this, because I thought it was funny that it kind of finally came full circle. So, the woman who voices Talia in this film is Marina Baccarin, who plays Dr. Leslie Tompkins in the Gotham TV show.
Oh.
On the Gotham TV show, she met her husband, who plays Jim Gordon, the character that Leslie is dating for most of Gotham. So,
not much acting needed there then,
well, I mean, it was later on, but yeah, sure. Oh, fuck, I've just remembered how to get there. Thank God. Smart boy, smart brain, thank you. Memories. There's a secret grapple point right there. But so she voices Talia, and her husband, Ben McKenzie, voiced Batman in Batman Year One. So it's all come full circle.
Huh.
She voiced Talia, Bruce's old love interest.
So you solved them all. Well. What a smart little detective you turned out to be.
And here it is.
My
But
one mistake has always been very slightly overestimating just how
Dick
stupid you are.
and
Overestimating back to the
Batwoman,
orphanage detective,
and
I'll
Dick and
deep
Kate and
instruct
Luke
you like a
show up
flimsy
at
philosophical position.
this, I guess, monastery. And there's loads of nuns there, and they start taking out like swords and you know, throwing stars and the like.
Ninja nuns.
And I was like, oh wow, these are nunjas. And then not 2 minutes later, Dick picks up on it and he's like, wow, ninja nuns? No wait, nunjas. I was like, hey, I did that already, mate.
Get your own fucking jokes.
Yeah. But then it's revealed that he managed to talk Batwoman into using rubber bullets.
Which is impressive compared to Bruce's failure to do so.
Yeah. Oh, we're back in the thingy screen. How come?
Oh, because I've wanted to bring this full circle and do the final part of this game. Also, where you play with alongside a friend, in the same suit I started this game in.
Ah, I see.
God, I'm burping. I hope that doesn't appear on stream.
I didn't.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it makes me get out of dodge again. God damn it. It said less than 1 minute. Do you remember this suit? Oh, this is. I like this suit. This is actually the Dick Grayson suit from the comics.
Oh, that's so.
I don't know. Did they keep his? He's only got two little whatever these things are called. The two little arm spikes.
Oh, 2 arms. I wasn't counting the arm spikes.
Bradley, you had one job. Well, technically, you had 2 jobs. Watch the film and check for arm spikes.
Yeah, count the arm spikes. I mean, that's just one of those things I don't notice unless they really bring it up. It's just like such a small part of the outfit, and I'm usually thinking, oh, the emblem, or oh, the colour,
or oh, the material. No, that's not one. Where the fuck is the Riddler based?
Interestingly,
Yes.
in Hush, the next one, Batman doesn't lose. He changes his suit early on.
Hmm.
A black one, a black cloaked one to a blue cloaked one.
Hmm.
It was like grey and blue versus, the grey and black that he had in previous ones.
Do you want to know why they did that?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Because in the film, they contextualize it with that's got a better neck and head protection, and he's just had that. Obviously, he's just had that head injury, so he needs to protect that. So that's what they contextualize it with in the book, in the film. In the book, it's because Hush came out in the 90s when Batman basically Batman's costume at that point was blue.
Oh.
That's it. When that book came out, Batman was wearing blue again.
Oh.
That's it. That's the simple explanation.
I thought in the movie it was just like a preference thing, like the person who made this one was like, okay, Batman's gonna wear blue today.
No, it's a reference to the colour he wore in the original book, but obviously Hush in the comics was a long time before Damien ever showed up, and in this way it's the other way around, so they were like, we gotta do it.
Well, Dark Knight, it seems you have earned the right to die at my mechanical hands.
It did surprise me quite a bit.
We do not
as regards
meet
Hush.
as equals.
And Hush wasn't Hush.
As you literally have not a hope of victory.
Hush wasn't Hush.
Oh, I wish I could say that I have found this one-sided rivalry of ours intellectually stimulating.
Yes. Wait, do you know who Hush is?
Killing you here will finally
he's
liberate me.
Thomas Elliot or something like that. The brain surgeon guy.
Yes, this is true. And he is. He does die halfway through the comic, but then it's revealed that he faked his death, and Joker was actually telling the truth and was standing over his, corpse by happenstance, hadn't actually done anything, and he was giggling at the fact that this is an awkward situation for him to be in when he hasn't actually done anything wrong.
Yeah.
He was like, well, this doesn't look good, and he doesn't know what to do.
So he just has a chuckle.
So he just has a chuckle, yeah. But obviously they decided to change that, so there was still the reveal of who Hush was, because a lot of people who were going to watch that film were, already aware of who Hush was.
Tied me to a chair.
You didn't have to come.
Catwoman's back to save the day. Woo!
She thinks Batman chipped a nail.
Ready?
That's a reference to
You cheated! I will forcibly extract a confession.
The
Arkham City joke.
Just to say the Batman stuff, the bad blood stuff.
Yes.
Eventually, so Talia wants to use this.
Many riddles. There's no way you solve them
Wants
all.
to use this thing that Wayne Tech is making, like some translator thing that you can wear on your ear. She wants to use it to whammy a bunch of people in high places. Because a bunch of people in high places are attending the first, demo of it. So she does. And Bruce is also whammied. That was something that got brought up there. They get Bruce out of there, and then suspect Bruce isn't mind controlled just because he was in there for ages. It turns out he is.
Because of course.
Because of course he is. Because
he's Batman.
He's Batman, and
it's his job to get mind controlled.
And then Talia tries to make him shoot Dick with a gun.
But that was never going to go well.
Then Dick's like, no,
I don't want to.
You don't shoot people, Batman. You're stronger than this. And he does the whole. being mind controlled. I just fucking all of that.
How did you do it? How did you solve the
And then he shoots a gun out of Talia's hand instead.
Because skills.
Because skills. And this whole conference was being done in a flying like
Blimp.
a flying blimp thing with like rockets.
Well, because it's Batman, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to have that spectacle.
His Batwing suit to because it starts flying into a building. Batwing, that's Luke's box, by the way, uses his suit and tries to prevent it from hitting the building.
The stream.
Alfred's gone. Alfred goes into where the baddies are mind whammying the people and boxes one of them into I mean literally boxes, like, oh, the combos Alfred was pulling off, man. I'm so pleasantly surprised to see one of those scenes where Alfred's a badass, because he doesn't get as many opportunities, I feel. So when we do get to see how badass Alfred is, it's always a treat.
People always forget he was in the military and he was a spy. Alfred could fucking punch.
Yeah. Just seeing him roast that guy with his bare fists, I was like, let's go, Alfred! He also knocks the guy into a server or something, and that causes the Mad Hatter's head to explode. I mean, literally, his head blew up.
Yeah, that was I think the point when they realised they weren't gonna do much more with this series.
Yeah.
When they started killing off Batman's random villains. So they didn't have... Oh, fuck off! I pressed so many buttons then.
hard for you?
Yeah, but Talia is like, I'm escaping now. And she jumps into an airship. And then one of Heretic's goons, who is loyal to the Heretic, not to her, just comes in and kills her and blows up the ship, and the whole Bat family is just watching like,
oh shit.
Okay.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer woman.
Oh well. Anyway, let's do a thing where it's night time and we jump off a building together. Like teamwork, let's go.
Did you stick around for the end credit scene this time?
End credit scene featured Barbara Gordon in her Batgirl costume.
Her Batgirl Burnside costume as well.
And she's standing up on a water tower or something.
Like it's goddamn Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but oh well. Hey, Bradley won't get that reference because he doesn't like them, because he doesn't have taste.
I didn't say I didn't like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Kinda did.
I just haven't seen them a lot or at all.
No taste. No taste, bud. Tell me about Hush.
Yes,
What do you think of Catwoman?
What do you think of Catwoman in Hush?
Yeah. Fucking love that Catwoman. Especially, it's so funny, especially after realising that's fucking Cameron from House. That's so funny to me. I mean, it's a little bit like actor act, but you know.
Yeah.
Ow.
Not that the bar's particularly high, but she was a much better love interest for Bruce than Talia.
I love your faint praise comments. Your absolute slander of Batman and Robin. Oh yeah, this person was in that film. Didn't notice.
This person?
You just like, oh yeah, Poison Ivy was in that film. Oh yeah, Bane was in that film. You did it twice. And you don't mean it intentionally, but you constantly come up with these great bits of just like totally faint praise. I don't think it was that particular line, it was just that made me laugh when you were talking about Batman and Robin.
Yeah. It's funny because Damien finds out that that Bruce is going out with Catwoman. Or with Selena. But he finds out he's going out with someone. He calls him and says, "Hey, but you haven't had particularly good luck with women in the past, considering
considering my own mother."
Talia, and there was also from Batman vs Robin.
Yes.
Going out with Samantha, who turned out to be the Grandmaster of the Court of Owls.
Bruce has a type, obviously. Did Damien mention them then? Did he mention Samantha?
He didn't mention Samantha, but like, I feel like she must have been included if he knew. Yeah, he did.
He knew because he gave her a rating. You were.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of, I thought that was absolutely hilarious, that part. Like, oh, no. She's quite pretty. A bit shallow though. Dude.
I want to know what his definition of shallow is.
Yeah. But like he throws it right. he says this thing, yeah, that Bruce just hangs up on him for. He says.
Does he say like, "Watch your drink"?
Yeah, he says, "Cover your drink." I was like, "Oh my god, dude!"
That was possibly pre-Talia retcon.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah. Use protection and cover your drink. Jesus. But yeah, needless to say, Bruce and Selena are much nicer to each other than that. They had the relationship between the two in the movie was very feelsy and like, oh, look how happy they are together, beating up criminals. Oh, team takedown here. Oh, there goes the Riddler.
It's so satisfying.
3 games worth of trophies, and you finally get to let out all your frustration on the man.
It was under control.
Sure it was. Now be a
I
good
personally would have
boy.
quite enjoyed a bit to opportunity to just stun the man and then punch him hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times.
Yeah, that
Not
one.
playing at all.
No, I'm not. Not anymore.
And what's that supposed to mean?
No, I do love.
It means this is the end, Selena. It means we can't.
Yeah, I do love the
I
old.
can't.
Just all their fighting together and the fact that they just have breakfast and talk about going on a holiday.
Gotham needs something more.
Yeah.
Worse to defend her.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, you never see Catwoman again
I can be right now.
after that film,
I can only
and
That's a shame.
that one scene where Barbara crashes a car and fights Catwoman is, again, that's the last time you see her as well, or she's of any kind of...
Because that was what surprised me.
Because,
You got that whole-
she was teased, she has one scene, and she's out of that movie, and then her next appearance she gets fucking killed in the
I
background,
know. I just wanted to say it.
alongside most of the Bat family. Yeah, in that film that we won't mention. Yeah, I don't think Catwoman's seen in it, and most of the Kate Kane I think gets killed, Barbara gets killed. It's such a fucking mean-spirited film for no reason.
Edward. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
No.
Yeah, so harsh, right?
Catwoman cheated. She stole my victory
God,
from me.
A fight I couldn't win.
Batman
doesn't even fit your definition of
falls
playing fair.
like 7 or 8 stories
If
on
you
his
weren't able to
neck.
bypass the robot's
And it's just like, shit, better call the doctor.
Yeah, it just calls up Thomas Elliot, and Thomas Elliot is like, "Oh, Bruce, I did your brain surgery, now you're better. Don't
like
do
the-
any hard exercise for a couple of weeks." Immediately puts on a bat suit and goes crime fighting.
I do like the fact that he falls several stories, and their explanation is, he ran into a tree at 70 miles per hour.
How'd you go,
Yeah,
Nigma?
That causes the same kind of injuries.
Here twice as quickly.
Yeah, he took a tumble. He took a tumble.
Well, riddle me this. Was Green proud and ass
Very
kicked
silly.
all over?
How
yeah.
exceedingly droll. I
Put
won't be
away
needing a lawyer, you jumped up
Hush
security
from the
guard.
movie.
I will represent myself.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
surprised me.
I'd be so paranoid if you found out, you know, in the comics, obviously, you find out Thomas Elliot
You forget you
was
bothersome
Hush.
bat.
So,
Every
like,
time you
what the
overcome
fuck?
my
Did he do
puzzles, I
anything
learn
to
that
Bruce?
little bit
Did he
more
put anything
about
in his
you.
brain during the
Soon
surgery?
enough, there will be a riddle that leaves you dead.
Or in his
Oh,
body, just generally?
Alfred,
I
the
think
city's
Bruce
safe.
scans his
Excellent
head
work,
for,
sir.
like, paranoid, you know,
Thomas Elliot's
probably
contingent has
does.
been
Yeah.
after that in the comics, and he's like, nope,
You should be
nothing.
immensely proud of your
But I guess it would be
achievements.
too
The
easy
city is
for him.
forever in your debt.
It's time for nightfall.
Everything is in place, sir.
Yeah,
The
so
Batwing is on its way to the GCPD
he turns out to
rendezvous
be
point.
like there's this whole there's all these side things here, and he manipulates a bunch of other villains from the Rogues Gallery, like Poison Ivy. Yeah, he manages to get Superman to get mind controlled by Poison Ivy through kryptonite. Which is a weird thing to say out loud, but you know, kryptonite is just a word that you put before any object to say it'll work on Superman.
Yeah. Kryptonite lipstick, kryptonite ring.
Kryptonite gun with kryptonite bullets in it. Yeah. Easy peasy. But, yeah, so there's all of that. It turns out to be the Riddler, after the Riddler had a brain tumor, then went to Thomas Elliot, but he couldn't do it, so he found a Lazarus pit, and in the Lazarus pit he realised that Bruce Wayne was Batman. I mean, Batman was Bruce Wayne. And then starts manipulating all the villains. Because I knew that Hush was Thomas Elliot from Arkham Knight, right?
He is.
I remembered him.
You remembered him in the subtitles.
Yeah, the subtitles. So I was like, oh, well, there's Hush right there. And then he dies, and it's like, oh, he's not really dead.
Nope, he is really dead in that version.
Yeah, he's really dead. Like he really is dead. It's weird. It's like a red herring, but for us. He's like, he knows that it's he refers to Batman as Bruce, and it's like, oh, well,
yeah.
Bruce personally worked it out. He's worked it out. And it turns out to be Riddler, and Riddler like.
Because it's such a shame, because I feel like they didn't really have anything to lose from following the comic, which actually has one of my favourite Riddler moments. But yeah, Hush was working with Riddler was backing him up, and was the one who worked it out. That whole thing with the brain cancer and the Lazarus pit all happened to Riddler in the comic. The difference was he wasn't Hush, but he took that information to Hush after Thomas, because I think the Lazarus pit only did so much. The cancer was going to come back, and so he needed Thomas Elliot to still basically do something. But now that it wasn't at such a late stage of the cancer, he was going to be, you know, it was something that Elliot could do something about.
Yeah.
But no, what my kind of favourite moments is that, so Riddler's just in a cell, I believe, and Batman's gone to interrogate him because he's like, I worked it out, Riddler, it was you who told him who I am. And Nigma's all like cocky, like, yeah, I know who you are now, Bruce. And don't you know, you should really, you know, be more worried about me from now on, because I could tell anyone. And then Bruce brings out the best fucking destroy of Riddler ever, and just says, yeah, Eddie, but we both know about your ego, and there's nothing quite like you realizing that you're not the only person who knows my identity anymore. So he basically, he works on Riddler's ego to the point that he knows his secret identity will always be safe, because Riddler will never let anyone know, because it won't be fun for him.
He won't be special anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. That's quite smart of Bruce.
Yeah.
Which is what you could call the series instead of Batman if you wanted.
What? It's quite smart of Bruce.
That's quite smart of Bruce. Yeah. But there's so many cameos from so many villains in that one. Scarecrow shows up for a fight, Poison Ivy's there for a bit. I mean, Lex Luthor shows up to... because Batman wants some info from him. And he's like, you know I'm a member of the Justice League now, right? And I was like, oh, this would probably make sense if I watched some of the earlier movies in the canon.
I don't remember whether that gets explained, actually.
Wait, really?
He was in the Justice League in the New 52, which is the whole series of films is based on. But I don't remember which movie he becomes a member of the Justice League, to be honest. Oh, maybe if he came back... Maybe if Hush is set after the Return of Superman? Because I think he helps out in that somewhat. I don't know. Do you have any more thoughts on Hush, or would you like to see the end of Arkham Knight?
Let me think.
Let me think.
Just a bit of surprise at how powerful they made Riddler. They explained it with the whole Lazarus Pit thing.
Peak physical condition.
Yeah. It's what they always go for.
Yep.
Yeah,
The old Captain America with drugs and Batman with hard work.
Yeah,
Everything special about you came out of a bottle.
Yeah, just the ending. I was expecting that they wouldn't stay together. But I was still like, damn, why didn't they stay together? I mean, come on.
In the comic, I like they gave it a lot more rational thinking in the film, in the fact that he, wanted to save Riddler, and she made it impossible for him, and then he was like really upset with her, and she was like, oh my god, you fucking numpty, you would rather sacrifice yourself than just let a criminal die from his own machinations, and would that stop you from saving me or something,
Yeah.
all that bullshit. And she's actually a good conflict. While in the comic, she just says hush in like a sexy way, while flirting with him. Just obviously didn't think about what she said, and he's just like, "Why did you say that? Why did you say that name?"
Reverse Martha.
It was Reverse Martha. Well, I mean, no, it was still someone else saying a name and making Bruce freak the fuck out.
That's true.
So technically it's exactly the Martha scene. Oh my god, he's done it in the comics. He's done it before.
Yeah, I think... yeah, the Superman cameo was cool as well. Got a quick Batman vs Superman fight.
Yeah, the fight in the sewers, and then Selina's like, well, plan B, and throws Lois off a fucking building. And then he told me to.
Yeah.
And then doesn't Catwoman beat the shit out of Poison Ivy? And Superman's like, did you have to do that? And then they both go, yep.
Yes. We have to.
If there's anything that shows the difference between Batman and Superman and Catwoman and Lois in that moment, it's that.
Yeah. There's that line that Batman had when he was fighting Superman. He was like, deep down, fundamentally, you're a good person. I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, holy moly, dude.
Batman would do anything to win.
Yeah. I suppose when You have to, don't you? He's got no powers. So, like, it's kind of fair that he can and does fight dirty. But yeah, I think that's basically about it. I hear there's an ending to this game.
You hear there's an ending to this game? Well, you'd fucking hope so, wouldn't you, after the amount of hours I've put into it?
Yeah, all those trophies. So you actually have to do all of the trophies to get the ending?
To get the true ending, yes.
Oh, right, okay. Does it roll credits after...
I can't remember. We will find out. I'm gonna mute and I'm gonna turn the volume up, so headphones in, Bradley, it's time to experience this game properly.
Let's go.
Like Santa. At least Batman didn't kill him.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? They blocked this?! I didn't know they blocked this as well! Are you fuck? Are you okay, I've quit that out. What the fuck is the point of that? I guess if you could have blocked the other two scenes, fine. But, really? Well, shit, okay, so you're not gonna see the fucking end.
Oh well, I'll have to look it up.
Jesus Christ. You know they've pushed back the Suicide Squad game as well because all the reactions to the gameplay of that were like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
What, seriously? Is that
Yep.
still Rocksteady that's making that?
Yep.
Damn. What happened? What happened, Rocksteady?
Well, this game happened, and then they haven't done anything since. This game came out in 2015.
2015.
This game came out and was the reason I bought a PS4. Like, so, was very early on in the PS4 kind of console time, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? And now we're about, what, 4 years into PS5? So, basically an entire generation and a half of console. Of two consoles.
That is...
And they haven't done anything. And the first game
they
that
didn't
they...
do Gotham Knights?
No, that's WB Montreal who did Batman Arkham Origins.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, so they... the first gameplay that they released, everyone just went, oh, this looks awful, mate, what the fuck?
Oh, shit. That ain't good.
And... to be fair, that's what a lot of people said about the Gotham Knights stuff, but a lot of people actually said it just looks like the person playing it doesn't know what they're doing because, the game came out and people were just so much better at it than the person playing it, which seems really weird. Why would you choose someone who was bad at playing the game and made it look really janky and slow?
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen, like, some action games where some people like upload videos that like this is what 1,000 hours of Devil May Cry 5 looks like or something like that, and these badass combos and stuff, and you think, wow, this game looks awesome. No, you wouldn't put a scrub in front to showcase a game, would you?
think what it was they put is like, but that wasn't even 10,000 hours. It was just like 5 hours of playing Gotham Knights and you could do cool combos and shit. You knew what, you knew what you were doing in the first hour, but it was how you kind of then link stuff together because you can do like a throwable combo and a melee combo.
Ah, cool.
To attack multiple enemies, and then you can throw in some specials and shit and flow it all pretty well. But the guy they got to show, I wonder if the guy who got to show it was an animator, and he really wanted to get to that one animation and show it to you in all its glory.
It was one he made himself. Like, very
It was
proud of
all
it.
ulterior motives from that guy.
Wanted people to say, like, wow, that was really cool, that one.
Well, shit, okay. So, we finished Arkham Knight, and I can't show you anyone at the end because it will block the fucking scene. I guess I could show you the Red Hood story thing. So
Yeah,
there's these little mini chapters.
In before it gets blocked. I shouldn't have said that. What am I doing?
Harley Quinn and the Batgirl one are both prequels, and Red Hood, Catwoman, Nightwing, and Robin are all sequels. So I should possibly tell you what happens at the end of this fucking game. Batman activates the Nightfall Protocol. He says a sad goodbye to Jim. He goes back to Wayne Manor with the Batwing picking up the Batmobile. He walks into Wayne Manor where there are loads of news reporters outside Wayne Manor. And then the house bloody fucking blows up.
Oh.
And then it cuts to another monologue from Jim, who obviously opened this game with him saying, the whole, like, we've lost the city and we're relying on one man. And he's now saying, there were inquiries, of course. Who killed Bruce Wayne?
Mm-hmm.
No one came forward. There was a suspect list in the thousands. All that shit. But it's obvious. It was Bruce blowing himself up so that, the family would be protected.
Now that his secret is out.
Yeah. And then, so that's the end. And then if you do everything like I just did, you get the secret end where you see Jim being driven to, he's now either running for mayor or is mayor of Gotham. Cool. And he gets a text from Tim Drake asking him, did you bring the ring? So Tim is obviously just about to get married to Barbara.
I see.
Who, magically came back to life after a block scene, according to the stream continuity of this game.
My theory is that she was dunked into a Lazarus pit. Fair enough. I do know what happened in those scenes.
And then it cuts to, it's like, but what are we gonna do now that the Batman is gone? The Gotham City still needs something to protect her. And it cuts to a family very reminiscent of the Waynes walking down an alley and getting cornered by two people with guns.
Oh.
And a small boy looking terrified, and then they look up and they see a shadow of a bat figure, a bat man-shaped figure, and they're like, we ain't scared of you no more! Did you hear? Batman's dead! And then the bat figure rises, increasing in size, and explodes into a fear-based horror of the Batman with a screaming mouth, wings 20 feet wide, that then dives down on the thugs and credits.
Damn. Okay.
It's a lot better if you see it, but that was my best go of an explanation of what happens at the end. So Batman's dead, but is he really? Who knows?
He's alive and using fear toxin?
Well, he was injected with so much of the fucking stuff by a Scarecrow. I wouldn't be surprised if it gave him meta powers. But anyway, so that's what happened. Bruce, and now it's time to check in with the rest of the family. So now we get to play as Red Hood. Jason's taken a little bit of a costume redesign since we last saw him.
Wait, that was Jason?
Are you calling Black Mask?
Oh my god! What?
Arkham Knight was Jason Todd?
I mean, it was black. It was blocked scene, so I couldn't tell.
Oh yeah.
Black Mask.
I mean, he's still killing people, but at least he's on the side of the angels now.
Not a good day for imbeciles. Okay, jeez. Oh, yeah, those guys aren't moving, are they?
Yeah, there's no, condition neutralized.
Yeah, unconscious. Actually, do other characters get equivalents of detective? Oh, well, there you have it. Yeah, they do.
Ow.
Or at least some of them do.
I love that I could just stand here and shoot them. Oh, fuck, okay, I can't do that if I need to reload. Jason, why'd you have to reload?
Because guns don't have infinite bullets, generally.
Well, that sounds like bullshit to me. The thing about shooting a gun, for some reason, is you can't stop multi-shooting. Even though with Jason's aim, he would definitely be able to just do it once.
Mm-hmm. He's very angry. He has to shoot more than once.
Well, yeah, but then it means he's left open for getting, you know, hit, which could kill him, and often does, considering I'm on so low health. You mean someone survived that?
Black Mask, keeping the goods.
You want information? Read a newspaper.
Wrong.
That's a good lie.
Hey, stop! At the docks. He's keeping the guns at the docks.
Appreciate that.
You want news? Read a newspaper. No, you want information? Read a newspaper. It's such a fucking Gotham City thug thing. I could hear that in Matt Reeves' The Batman.
Oh, we shot him.
Oh, we shot him, all right.
That's just going to be a recurring thing with this guy, isn't it?
Yep.
Humiliate Black Mars by taking out his gang.
Okay, prepare to watch me suck at this because, goddamn.
Black Mask ain't gonna like what I do to his men.
Not good at playing as Jace.
I am. I used to be.
Oh, can he even? He can't like glide, can he? Because he's got no cape.
Nope, he's got to jump. I mean, Catwoman and Nightwing are in the same boat.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Ha! Where did Catwoman beat Batman? And
do better than that.
Bradley?
What? Meet on the boat.
Yeah. You know, you said boat. I was making a reference. It wasn't very clever.
Hey, A for effort, pal.
So, like, does every other character get a detective vision, or is it just?
Yeah, I guess because it's such a kind of asset in this game to how the stealth works. I guess they must do.
Makes you wonder. I mean, I really like how it's you know, a different color and everything to.
I think, you know, I guess it's contextualized with the Bat family. Obviously, Bruce sorted it for them. With Catwoman, I think it's believable that she'd just nick it off him or of Wayne Tech.
Wrong place,
Yeah.
wrong time.
And then there's Harley.
Harley just has insanity vision.
It's me.
Like, loads of, like, writing appears on the walls and shit when she does.
That's awesome. I was hoping you were going to say something like that. God, I can't wait to see that.
Sleep tight, sleazeball.
Because, I mean, the tints are cool, but, like, weird special effects like that.
It's all personal. Very personal.
Tons of special
What's Black Mask doing selling all these weapons to Penguin?
That Teen Titans Go movie song was making the rounds on YouTube as some kind of meme. It'd be so awesome. It'd be so cool.
Wait, that's from Teen Titans?
Yep, as it turns out. Because I got curious and looked up the full thing, because I thought I recognized the voice actor, the singer of that. I was like, oh, that's one of those guys off of Book of Mormon, isn't it? I then so I looked up the full song to see what it was, and it was Teen Titans, and I was wrong about about the actor in the first place. But yeah, it's a song about Robin making a pitch to a movie producer or something about how a superhero movie about him would be really cool.
Boss, Black Mask. Where is he?
You ain't gonna
Use the
You ain't
dual
gonna kill me.
handguns.
Do I look
He'll murder
like Batman to
these
you?
people.
Rethink your answer before I fill you up with lead.
Downtown, his office. But you ain't gonna get him.
It's
He
got
knows you're
the
coming,
city
freak.
spandex out. You know, leather jacket, maybe a hood on top. I mean, granted, he's got like that mask which presumably has detective vision on
Yes,
it,
it's the old Arkham Knight mask, just.
and the chest stuff that's presumably like really thick Kevlar or something.
Yeah. What were we talking about before? I think you actually distracted yourself by asking about detective vision.
Run.
That might very well be the case. Oh, I haven't mentioned anything about Arrowverse yet, have I?
No. I was
yeah.
probably going to ask you something about that in the midweek, but I can't remember what it was.
The Flash, right? The Flash. So.
Yeah, where are you in the Flash at the moment?
Well, he knows that Savitar is gonna kill Iris in like a few months.
Right. Yes.
And he's trying to change the future. And he keeps trying to, you know, like, oh, what if we don't do this? Then the future will change. What if we don't do that? Then the future will change. And in this episode, the most recent one I've seen, I think it was called Dead or Alive. This meta from Earth, I think 13, the one that HR's from.
Yeah, right.
So she's been sent to come and take him back to Earth 13 to face trial for going to Earth 1 and also sending chapters of his book through to Earth 13, despite the fact that he would probably definitely know that's, you know, a crime punishable by death. But it's HR and he's an idiot, so he did. And this meta, she goes by Gypsy, and she's got vibe powers just like Cisco. The blasts and the making breaches, and Cisco winds up saying, "I'll do trial by combat against you for HR's life." And she's like, "Sure, to the death." And he's like, "Wait, to the death."
What?
Yeah, so they try and train Cisco. And I'm just thinking, oh my god, he's so dead. And every character in it is saying, oh my god, Cisco's
so dead.
Cisco is so dead. Oh, and Julian, what was it? Guy played by
Draco Malfoy.
Yeah, Draco Malfoy. Draco Malfoy's like joined Team Flash now. And
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, because he has some of the best moments.
Oh, totally. I love him already in the team. It's just something about when a team has a jerk who's right about things.
Yeah.
It just like he comes in, he says to Barry, like, "No, you're not gonna be fast enough to grab Iris away from Savitar. Just check it out. I crunched the numbers." Like, by crunch the numbers, I mean he draws a little graph on the whiteboard.
That's all they ever do. They just love that whiteboard.
And he's like, this is how fast you were when you first got your powers. Here's how fast you are now. And here's how fast you need to be. And he draws a little line. He's like, look, it's if you keep going at the rate you're going, you're not going to get there in time.
I have shot this motherfucker so many times.
This is gonna hurt. Roman Sionis, that's his name, isn't it?
Roman Sionis can take so many bullets in the keister, he should be Superman.
Black Mask.
Friggin' hood.
Yeah.
It just dropped.
You should have left when you had a chance.
And like Cisco, they managed to get this thing going where like Cisco like waits until she does a portal and then jumps through it and then turns around and fires at her. And that works. And also they flirt a lot and Caitlin's like, dude, seriously? First golden glider and now this?
Say hi to Joker for me.
But yeah, after he defeats her, which is rather lucky of him doing it. Wait, you're done? That's... Oh, those are quite short, aren't they?
They are quite short. The Batgirl one's much longer. But would still probably not fill an entire episode. The Catwoman one will probably fill an entire episode, but how many times it would take me to do one fucking sequence from it.
That kind of thing, is it?
There's whole subreddit posts about how hard a certain section of this is. Wait, did I say Reddit posts or subreddits? Because I meant Reddit posts.
Subreddits.
Oh.
Reddit posts.
Yeah, not subreddit.
You said subreddit posts.
Oh,
I'm
right.
sure.
Well, I mean, that's technically correct. It's a subreddit and there's lots of posts about this thing.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it.
Let's do
So you
the...
got players in all of these. So you got Harley Quinn, you got Red Hood, Batgirl, Catwoman, Nightwing,
and Robin.
And Robin. God, that's a lot.
I'll show you the Harley Quinn one because that's the one you were hankering for.
Yes, I do want to see that.
Bloody hell, that's definitely not a Wonder Woman logo, isn't it?
Huh?
That.
Oh, wow.
That looks very Wonder Woman-y.
We don't have the facilities to contain someone like
It does, actually.
We just gotta hold her for a few more hours before she gets
Yeah,
transferred to Blackgate.
As regards...
Yeah, if she doesn't tear down the Bloodhaven
Arrow,
police department
they,
first.
Oliver started looking for a new Black Canary to take up the mantle of Black Canary.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, donut dunkers! You gonna bring Ivy to me, or am I gonna have to get her myself?
Finds this Dinah Drake.
Muted. You did hear me say, oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did say, oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, wow, she's got a scratchy heads-up display.
Seven little piggies.
Oh, that's cool.
Gotcha.
Oh, there's like effects, and when you get hit, instead of glitching out, there's all words appearing.
I didn't get hit.
Oh, did you not get hit? Well, words were appearing on the screen.
Oh, that's the insanity vision.
Oh, activation of it. Okay, I see. And like explosions have silly string and stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Harley, quit wasting time, you stupid mug.
It reminds me, weirdly enough, of that scene from the Suicide Squad where she's kicking loads of butt with that.
Yeah, but it's like flowers and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, he was looking. So he finds this Dinah Drake lady, and she's trying to take her revenge on a guy. And she got her powers because, I mean, she was a Central City cop, so it's like fair enough she was there. Central City. It's a little bit convenient though.
Excuse me, and she gets activate psychosis mode. What the heck?
I mean, who would fucking walk towards this? How stupid are they?
impressed by the way you handled yourself back there. I could really use a girl like you in my organization.
Not interested.
Oh, how much, love? How much to get you on my payroll?
I ain't for sale, Penguin.
Where was I?
Put a price on me.
Yeah, she got her powers
You
because...
tried to kill my puddin'.
So she was currently being held hostage by some... So she's a cop and she got captured by some criminals.
Afford me. Besides, I'm a
And they wanted info out of her. And then they brought over her boyfriend and they shot him just as the dark matter went off. And she screams, "No!" as the dark matter hits her. And that's... And so she gets the canary cry.
Which seems a bit of an interesting way of gaining powers.
Yeah. Activate mayhem mode. What on earth is mayhem mode? On L1. Is that... Wait, L1 was how you called the car over before, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
Yeah, I mean... Oh yeah, there was that other thing that happened in that episode. It felt mostly like character driven-ish. Oh, flippin' heck!
Oh fuck!
Gosh, she's got a super mode. That's incredible.
She's got a rage mode. Anyway, yep. Dina Drake.
Dina Drake. Yeah, but there's it was
or Dinah.
Very much, yeah, Dinah, and it was a lot of setup and lots of character work type thing in that episode. You know, you had the aforementioned Dinah Drake. You had in the flashback, Oliver meets Talia al Ghul, and she's like, "You're meant for more than being a Bradford person. You should join me and be a League person instead." And also, she pulled off the line, as in, he's like, "Oh, but I'm a monster," and she's like, "Yes, you need to make the monster." Once you make the monster someone else, something else.
Oh yeah.
Be Oliver Queen. I was like, "Oh my god, she said the thing! She said the thing!" Yeah,
I totally forgot Talia was in season 5.
Yeah, turns out she was the one who trained Yao Fei, who was the person the first.
The person on the island who trained him for a minute, and then it was all his daughter and Deathstroke.
Yeah, Deathstroke.
If you think about it, you think, yeah, Oliver, you know, when you see season 1, it's like, yeah, it makes sense 5 years took it, you know, got him to this level. And then it's like, hang on. So he got trained, and it's like, oh, okay, so it makes sense. He got trained by fucking Deathstroke for 5 years. Fine, that makes sense. And then it's like, no, he trained with Deathstroke for about 3 months before Deathstroke got pissed off with him, and he accidentally he had to kill him. And then, he got sent to China and didn't really train with anyone there because he had to stop, but didn't actually stop a massive plague getting released. Well done there, Oliver. But just got really into torturing people for some reason. Just, I don't know, it's such a weird thing. But they were like, oh, Oliver, he got really into torture in that season. Conveniently, he also had a bit of a moral crisis in that season about torturing people.
Yeah, it's like they always try to make the flashbacks, because it happened in the first one, and it was. Wait, actually, did it happen in the first one? Now that I think about it, it didn't really happen in the first one, where the flashback was super duper relevant to the current season.
I guess maybe they were planning season 2.
Yeah, because season two, the flashbacks are, Deathstroke's going insane and going evil, and then in the modern time, it's Deathstroke is insane and evil. And then in the in season 3, like you said, Oliver's like, oh, I am torturing people too much. This is bad news. And then in the flashbacks, he's like, ooh, torturing people is awesome and cool.
Torturing people is very useful, actually, modern day Oliver. What the fuck are you on about?
And then in season 4, it's like, this totem is magic and it's evil. And then in the modern day, it's, oh my god, Damien Dog has that evil magic totem.
What a coincidence! Yeah, it would almost make sense if they swapped the years round a bit, if they went to, year 4. Imagine if the totem came into things in the in his second year on the island, or the third year, but that was the flashbacks in season 4.
Chronological viewing of that.
Because then it also meant he wouldn't have to go back to the island. Because it's like, oh, you were off the island to go to China for a season, and then he went back to the island for a season. Why not just have him, once he gets off the island, he stays off the island until he's like, okay, no, I need to be discovered on this island.
Okay, hold on a sec. Is Harley Quinn a meta or something?
Give yourself up.
Why would you say that?
She is jumping all over the place like spring-heeled Jack. And I'm just thinking, those are not jumps a person could pull off. Wait, hold on a second. Peak physical condition.
Best explanation in the West. Peak physical condition.
Yeah. You want a normal character to do something superhuman? They're in peak physical condition. You could probably do it if you were in peak physical condition. Yeah, you in peak physical condition? No? Oh, what a surprise! Yeah. But yeah, also Felicity was trying to get some information on the person who's on the General Walker, who's trying to get John Diggle executed for a crime he didn't commit.
Jesus.
And or at least put away. But so she's doing all this hacking, and then a fellow hacker is like, oh my god, are you Ghost Fox Goddess? Want to meet IRL? And Felicity decides to meet this person IRL.
And it's her dad!
It's not even her dad, it's like a fan of hers from when she was Ghost Fox Goddess.
Oh Christ.
From when she called herself Ghost Fox Goddess.
She's got herself a fan club.
Yeah, and she's like, oh my god, it's you, you're Ghost Fox Goddess, this is crazy. How come you don't hack anymore? And she's like,
I do hack, but for the greater good.
And then she
Wait, has she got glasses, this fan?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who this is.
Wait, what?
I just remember the character.
Oh, right. Yeah, she said she was part of this place called Helix or something.
Yeah.
So maybe they're gonna come back. I mean, she did give him she did give her this USB that she called Pandora that was apparently full of loads of stuff.
Hmm.
Full of loads of stuff that could take down governments and start revolutions and topple civilization, and you know that kind. You know what I mean, like that kind of stuff.
That old jazz.
Yeah. So just having this USB that does stuff like that, and she gives it to her because she's Ghost Fox Goddess. Which I can't help but wonder is
metal bat to the nuts. Fuck.
End of the line, Quinn. Nightwing.
Yeah.
Oh look, it's Nightwing.
Nightwing. Oh my god.
So of course they're gonna nerf Nightwing so that Harley can win a fight against him.
Oh, come on! Man, I just watched a bunch of movies where Nightwing gets his ass beat by everyone to show how terrifying this and powerful a combatant this person is. Do I have to see Nightwing get beaten up again?
Wait, what movies where Nightwing gets his ass beat?
Okay, he didn't get his ass beat by Damien, but there were... I don't know if I'm just misremembering it, but I kept feeling like there were all these instances of fights that Nightwing was getting into and losing. Just because we needed that person around for longer and then, you know, like, to be beaten by Batman later.
Need some help?
But, I don't know, maybe I'm just... Oh, wow, he's donezo already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Poison Ivy. She's alive? This is before Arkham Knight then, right?
Yes, this is you assembling the getting Ivy for that chat that Ivy talks to Batman about, and then she tells him, "Not interested, sorry." So the only person that they went out of Gotham to get told him to fuck off, which is quite funny, I think.
One problem with listening to it rather than that is the fact that I can't hear Tara Strong's amazing delivery of the Harley Quinn lines. It's just unique, you know what I mean? That over-exaggerated, what is it, Boston, Brooklyn?
I don't know.
Some kind of American accent.
One of them. Well, yeah, you'd hope so. American accent.
Let's just say American accent. I mean, how many times do Americans say British accent when they mean Cockney accent or received pronunciation?
Yep, that works. That works with me.
Shall we call it there then and leave those
I
other
think so, yeah. We'll leave... Yeah, we've got 4 more. Matter of Family.
Oh, wow, new story plus, not even new game plus.
No, yeah. Yeah, because you just have 4 save files. Here, once they've bloody loaded. So...
Yes, next time on Batman we will complete Arkham Knight. And, yeah... Wait, 240%? Is that because you did a new story plus or something?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yeah.
If you do another one, can you get to 360?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's 2 and done, which is annoying because it means that every 2 times I play through this game I have to do all the Riddler trophies again. But at the same time, if I ever did, you know, if that wasn't the case, I would have only ever collected them once, then probably would find it a lot more difficult than I do because it's, you know, I remember where they all are. Let me show you where. Let me show you the grand reward for fucking 240%. There you go. He's got a gold bat emblem.
Are you kidding me?
That's it.
But you've beaten the game. But you've beaten the game 100% twice over. What are you going to use it for?
Nothing. You can
at
go
least...
back. You can go back into Gotham and beat up thugs, and that's it.
Wait, can you at least carry it over to a new game?
No.
Oh my god.
You can use it for challenge maps, but who looks at their character during challenge maps? No, you're trying to defeat people quickly.
Yeah. You're not watching a cutscene.
There's no cutscenes in challenge maps.
Around. You're not watching a cutscene, you're not walking around and stuff, you just... Wow, okay. So we're bragging rights reward. So look at me, I've got my thingy emblem, check me out. Got my gold Batman logo.
Oh, I forgot there isn't the thing above their heads in New Game Plus. I was wondering why. I was waiting for it.
Oh, wait, they don't give their counter thingies?
No, you have to watch them. What Batmobile did I have equipped on this? Oh, the classic, and it's very bad at driving apparently.
Can't go wrong with a classic though, can you?
Is there anything else that happened in Arrow?
Well, they do successfully...
They successfully recruit new Black Canary.
Black Canary, she's got her mark dead to rights, and she's gonna shoot him. Oliver's like, no, don't shoot him. We all, like, something.
None of this team have ever killed people.
Something, don't kill, something.
Wait, hang on. Does Felicity now have the highest kill count of the entire Team Arrow?
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
She still killed, like, what was it, 10,000, 100,000 people?
Fucking hell.
I mean...
Is she also the only person who could say, I've killed children?
Oh, damn! I hadn't even thought of that, holy shit!
Well, it depends how much blame you think Oliver feels for the whole China incident.
Oh, that's true. Well, yeah, so they did that. She's got him dead to rights, and he's like, something, don't do it, something, no killing, something, monster, something, second chance. And then he's like, what would Vinny do? I think his boyfriend's name was Vinny. And he was like, what would...
Terrible name, should let him die again.
What would Vinny want you to do?
And then she shoots him because Vinny definitely would have. And then Oliver's like, I can't work with you, you kill people.
No, but she does show up and is like, yeah, let's team up. And he's like, awesome. I would love to team up. Basically how it is. And but Felicity does.
Oh, I've lost Bradley. Have I lost Bradley?
Hello?
I temporarily lost Bradley.
I think my controller ran out of battery.
Tale as old as time. So yeah, what do you want to do after Arkham Knight then? Do you want to do every week Spider-Man 1 until you finish it, or alternate,
that won't take very long, but
or we could do a mini season then of Spider-Man 1. What do you reckon? It would take you 2 episodes? 3?
Yeah, probably 2 episodes. Maybe 3 at a stretch.
Fair enough, yeah.
It's not very long, and I know it rather well.
You know what you're going to have to do, though? You're going to have to remember to share party audio. Oh, no, wait, no, it's not on PS4, is it? Fuck. It's Discord. No, I'm dumb. Never mind. Yeah, so you wouldn't have to change to share party audio. This is clever.
Yeah, so, wait, I was going to finish up something about Arrow, and I forgot it now.
You were trying to tell me whether she did or not shoot. What would Vinny want?
What would Vinny want? Bang, 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 and he's like, oh, okay, and then she comes over and says, I will join you, and he's like, sure, awesome. That's great.
So wait, did she shoot the guy or not?
She did shoot the guy, and Felicity managed to get Felicity managed to use Pandora, the USB, to give Adrian Chase, who definitely isn't Prometheus, the dirt he needed on Walker to get the charges dropped for Diggle, so he can finally go out and be Spartan again.
Yay!
Like this whole him in prison arc has been terrible. No Spartan for so many long stretches of episodes.
I still hate that name.
I mean, I guess he could have had something better, but it was spur of the moment. Which doesn't mean he couldn't have
I
just
don't
got
think it was spur of the moment. I think the writers had an entire mid-season to think of something better.
Yeah. Out of universe, absolutely, yeah.
I do love the bit of commentary where the folks talk about the whole charging mechanic, where they say, "You see Batman, shout and charge him, never fails." It's just, it's such a stupid thing. I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it as regards Arrowverse.
Cool.
So,
you still enjoying season 5?
Yeah.
Just in comparison to season 4.
Yeah, it took a little while for the I'm watching season 4-ishness of it, where like you know, I still felt like I could still remember all the stuff that happened in season 4, and it felt like, I don't know, felt like my feelings towards the season 4 was affecting the start of season 5. But now that I'm squarely in it, it's like it's a smooth sailing from here. And like it's a nice return to form.
Yeah, no, I do like season. There are some bits of it I don't like, but I feel like the second half of the series hits a lot really well as well. I don't know. I should have rewatched it with you, like I said I was going to do, but I just haven't had the time. But
right.
I think if they ended with season 5, it would have been fucking incredible. Like the end of season 5, if they left it where they leave season 5, or they just not done what they then do in season 6, it would have been like, oh my god, I would have respected the hell out of that show. But yeah, let's wrap up there. We'll come back for possibly 2 more episodes of Arkham Knight. Probably just 1. It won't take very long to do the Batgirl and other Arkham episodes, depending on how many times I fail at the Catwoman one. And then we'll be done. And Bradley will be showing us some nostalgia with Spider-Man PS1. And then I was kind of wondering about The Last of Us.
What, like playing The Last of Us on stream?
Yeah, I was wondering about if I I was wondering about doing a Grounded on the remake.
Yeah.
Because even though it is difficult, it's also quite like it's more of a kind of puzzle at that difficulty. So you're finding the best ways to avoid combat.
Yes. Yeah.
And it might be quite interesting for you to kind of like help me work out, you know, kind of stealthy puzzles and shit like you did with some of the riddles here. You'll be like, try this route and whatnot. Also be weird for you to see it in a completely different perspective from the way you played it for the first time. Because I'll be playing, and it will be difficult because the routes that I learnt for the remaster don't seem to fucking work anymore on the remake. So it will be rediscovery or new discoveries will be required. Also, I wouldn't be able to on Grounded, but I do want to try and beat up the bloater with bare fists, like I saw that guy do on... You just have to craft a fuck ton of smoke bombs.
And have resources for smoke bombs.
Keep stunning. Yeah. Well, you can use the infinite crafting materials glitch.
Oh.
Well, not glitch. Cheat is a cheat. It's a.
Oh, there's a.
There's just in the extras menu once you've on the remake and part 2, once you finish the game you can unlock a load of things and it's like, oh, infinite ammo, infinite crafting, infinite melee durability, stuff like that.
I see. Well, that'll happen when it happens.
When we decide.
There's also LA Noire, which I would like.
Oh god, yeah. What do you have that on? PS4?
PS4, yeah.
Right, yeah.
I'm either gonna be...
I'd be quite happy to watch you play that, because I lost my patience with that game.
I'm either gonna prove myself to be smart as heck, or absolutely embarrass myself.
I mean, I was okay with the early cases. But I think the worst thing was like, you know, when you get that report and it was like the property damage, because I could not drive in that game for shit, so I started just getting my partner to drive all the time, and then one of the cases ends with a fucking car chase, and then my property damage went right back up to those first couple of cases, even though I'd got my partner to drive between all the, you know, all the locations. It was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Sounds like an almost plan.
Well, we've got options, which is good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will just replay Miles. I will just replay a million games and everyone will get bored. Including me and you. And that's the only 2 people who were paying attention to this, so... Yeah, fuck it. Let's end the stream here because we're dawdling.
Okay.
Alright, bye-bye!